Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue dans une nouvelle vidéo sur Learn to French. Je m'appelle Eden et j'enseigne le français. Hello and welcome to another video on Learn to French. If you are new here, my name is Eden and I teach French. Today, I would like us to learn a little bit about CODs and COIs in French, or direct or indirect objects. Est-ce que vous êtes prêts? Are you ready? C'est parti. So the COD and the COI. In a basic verbal sentence, we usually have un sujet, un verbe, un complément. So a subject, a verb, and a complement. And today we are going to focus on this part, le complément. For example, let's take this sentence. Le chat mange la souris. And the second sentence, le rat parle à Marie. So those two sentences are verbal sentences, meaning there is a verb in the sentence. And attached to that verb, we also have what we call le complément. So it can be direct or indirect. Let's focus on the direct objects first, which are the CODs. COD stands for complément d'objet direct, the direct object. It answers to the question qui, who, or quoi, what. It is never introduced by a preposition. This means that the verb is not using any preposition after it. This kind of verb is called the direct verb. So it doesn't need the preposition à or de after it to make sense. This is what we call les verbes transitifs directs in French. For example, in the first sentence, le chat mange la souris is our COD here. Le chat mange quoi? What is the cat eating? La souris. Le chat mange quoi? La souris. Our COD is la souris. Our direct object is la souris. It is linked to the verb without any preposition in between. We say manger quelque chose. We don't say manger à quelque chose, so it is a direct verb. The second sentence here. Arthur cherche son frère. Son frère is what we are going to focus on. Arthur cherche qui? Who is Arthur looking for? Son frère. His brother. So our COD, our direct object of the sentence, is son frère. Once again, it is attached to the verb chercher without the preposition à or de. We say chercher quelqu'un or chercher quelque chose, and not chercher à quelqu'un or chercher à quelque chose. Let's now see the COI, le complément d'objet indirect. This is what we call the indirect object of the sentence. It answers to the question à qui, to whom, or à quoi, to what. It is introduced this time by a preposition. And by prepositions, I mean either à, and in that case, the COI will answer to the questions à qui or à quoi, to whom or to what, or the preposition de qui or de quoi. It depends on the preposition that you are going to use for that verb. Let's take for example the sentence Marie parle à sa sœur. Marie parle à qui? To whom is she talking to? Marie parle à qui? À sa sœur. So here we can see that there's a preposition, à qui. Therefore, à sa sœur is our COI, our indirect object. Let's take this sentence. Arthur pense à son travail. Arthur pense à quoi? À son travail. Because we have to use penser à and then something after. Therefore, à son travail is a COI, an indirect object. Another example here. is the sentence Lucie parle de sa maison. Lucie is talking about her house. Lucie parle de quoi? This time we're using the preposition de, but there's still a preposition between parler and sa maison, so it's an indirect object. Elle parle de quoi? De sa maison. Therefore, de sa maison is our COI, indirect object. So some verbs will actually use a preposition in order for the sentence to make sense. Kind of like in English where you have to use, for example, maybe the preposition to or of after a verb in order for the sentence to make sense. So in French, we have parler à, penser à, or parler de, and these are the indirect verbs. Why is it important to know all of this? Well, knowing if an object is direct or indirect in the sentence will be helpful and necessary in French grammar and conjugation. For example, while conjugating verbs in passé composé, you have to make sure if the object is a COD or a COI, so a direct object or an indirect object, in order to make the past participle agree with it or not. But that is for another time. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you like this kind of content, feel free to visit my website learntofrench.com or simply subscribe to my YouTube channel Learn to French. Merci beaucoup d'être resté avec moi aujourd'hui et je vous dis à bientôt pour une nouvelle vidéo. Au revoir!